Hogwarts Legacy is an action-adventure role-playing game that was released February of this year and is critically acclaimed by most of its fans. This is a game I was really excited to play because Harry Potter fans like myself were finally able to play as a student of Hogwarts and live out the fantasy of being a witch or a wizard. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the game's story and its gameplay and what I liked and what I disliked about it. The game has you play as a witch or a wizard who has received a late acceptance letter to Hogwarts. On your journey to Hogwarts, you will learn of your ancient magic abilities. You will discover that this magic holds a dark secret that may threaten Hogwarts. While discovering this power, you come across a goblin rebellion that has plans connected to your knowledge. With this knowledge, you must face trials and encounters that only you can confront to reveal this ancient magic secret. I think Avalanche did a great job at adding to the already great lore of Harry Potter. During my time playing the game, Hogwarts' story grabbed my interest right away. I wanted to learn more of my ancient magic abilities and its mysterious secret, but Hogwarts tells its story in small cryptic pieces, and it relies on its gameplay to do the heavy lifting. Now, this isn't all that bad because Hogwarts does have very good gameplay, but while in doing so, the story loses all of its momentum. Its story feels like it's being fed to you in crumbs instead of a main course meal. I wish Hogwarts would have had a better balance of telling its story while progressing through its game and its world, learning its mechanics. However, I do think Hogwarts gameplay is its best trait. Exploring the world of Hogwarts is such a joy. From being able to explore the castle walls of Hogwarts to visiting the main town's area of Hogsmeade, I think the devs did a great job at creating the atmosphere of Hogwarts. I loved being able to fly around on a broomstick and seeing the game's iconic landmarks. While at Hogwarts, you will attend classes, meet classmates, and professors. During the game's main quest early on, you are introduced to classes like herbology and potions, where you're able to learn how to brew potions and how to grow the herbs that make them. You will also be introduced to relationship quests, assignments, side quests to do at Hogwarts. Assignments are tasks given to you by professors for you to complete outside of class. I actually really liked doing assignments because it had me learning new things or it had me training my skills. After completing an assignment, you are rewarded with learning a new spell. I also liked doing the relationship quests because these quests actually help you learn more about particular classmates that will join you on your adventures. I also liked learning more about classmates like Sebastian, whose sister is cursed and will stop at nothing until she is cured. I think these quests are perfect and they helped with immersing me as a student at Hogwarts. When I wasn't completing Hogwarts' multiple quests, the game has a lot of activities for you to do during its downtime. While exploring Hogwarts, you will have a spell called Revelio that reveals the location of hidden objects and items around its world. During my playthrough, I was addicted to casting Revelio, searching for field guide pages, chests, and revealing puzzles. Hogwarts also has a ton of activities for you to do while exploring its world. Some of these activities include solving Merlin puzzles, visiting astrology sites, searching for field guide pages, and so much more. Some of these activities I actually didn't mind, and I liked solving the Merlin puzzles as I thought they were a good brain teaser, but all these activities are just optional and are here if you're a person who loves to collect collectibles or complete small tasks. If you do complete these tasks, however, you are able to earn rewards like gear slots, outfit appearances, and more. You will also be introduced to a room called the Room of Requirement that acts as your main hub for brewing potions, planting herbs, and discovering gear. You are also able to customize this room to your liking by changing the color and sizes of objects placed in the room. I thought this room was a cool concept, but overall, I thought this room was really useless because you're only able to brew one potion or plant one herb at a time. The only way that you can upgrade these crafting tables is by buying an upgrade at a shop in Hogsmeade. I felt like I never needed to buy these upgrades until the end of the game because I was always able to buy potions or herbs in the town of Hogsmeade or the nearest town. The Room of Requirement also has other uses, but I never found myself motivated to spend time in just one room where I could be doing so many other interesting things. Hogwarts also has a very boring gearing system that I didn't even want to talk about. Gear can be found all throughout the world by looting chests. Each piece of gear has an offensive and a defensive stat. Now, I didn't care for the gearing system at all in this game, and it didn't really provide much benefit at all. For example, near the end of my game, I was level 26, taking out level 28 to level 30 enemies without any issues. Some enemies did provide a little bit of difficulty, like elites and bosses, but it was really never too difficult. I've said this multiple times in other videos, and I'm just not that big of a fan of gear in games, and I wish devs would stop making it a feature in every single game. Gear is really just good for customizing the look of your character and taking up inventory space. With all that being said, Hogwarts gameplay mechanics are a great time. The game has you choose from a wide variety of spells that are all color-coded and categorized by their use. You're only able to use 4 spells at a time, and you can bind them to your hotbar, and I absolutely love this. I had a blast using spells in combat, as each enemy you encounter is weak to different types of spells. I loved being able to combo multiple spells on my enemies, as it always felt so satisfying. It was a joy comboing spells like Accio and Incendio against my enemies. Some of these spells are also versatile by helping you move objects around the game's world. Luckily, when you need to swap spells, the game pauses, giving you a list of your spells for you to choose from. This feature also comes in handy when you're encountering enemies with a colored shield. This shield can only be broken by using the matching colored spell. While in combat against these enemies, you will also have defensive abilities like a shield, dodging, and parrying to avoid oncoming damage. You can also use your ancient magic abilities after you've filled the magic meter. When the meter is filled halfway, you can use a throw ability that will lift objects around the world using them as projectiles. I found this ability to be quite useful because it breaks enemy shields regardless of their color. When the magic meter is full, you'll be able to unleash a devastating ultimate attack. This is super awesome, and I found it to be very helpful while in combat, especially while fighting the game's stronger enemies like trolls. Where I feel the game's combat struggles is where I faced a large amount of enemies. Blocking, dodging, parrying, and casting spells feels very difficult while trying to juggle multiple enemies. This is where I thought the game's targeting system struggles, as I had a hard time trying to lock on to the right enemy. The game's targeting system, however, does work when you're facing smaller groups of foes. Overall, I had a really fun time casting spells and using them in a variety of ways, like solving puzzles or unlocking doors with Ala Amorha. Using spells never disappointed me. You can also improve these spells with the game's skill tree called Talents. You will have 5 categories to choose from that include Core, Spells, Dark Arts, Stealth, and Room of Requirement. I mostly focused on upgrading my core and spell abilities, and I can say both are very good. Core talents will have you increase healing, gain more spell sets, and upgrade your shield. The spell talents will have you upgrade spells like Incendio, where you can cast a ring of flames around you. I really like this upgrade because Incendio is only used for short range attacks, so adding the Ring of Flames provided a wide spread of damage to oncoming enemies. I primarily used this against giant spiders that were really scary. Speaking of scary enemies, Hogwarts has a wide variety of enemies for you to fight, like goblins, trolls, poachers, undead, and more. My favorite enemies had to be during the game's story, where you fight these big, massive, intimidating statues. I found these guys to be very challenging, and I looked forward to every encounter I had with one. I never felt bored of fighting enemies in Hogwarts, and I enjoy and look forward to seeing more in a sequel. Overall, I think Hogwarts is a solid game. Avalanche Studios does an amazing job at bringing the world of Hogwarts to life. Allowing me to live out my fantasy of playing as a wizard at Hogwarts was such a fantastic time. In this video, I feel like I could have gone on about talking more about how the game has beasts to capture or how you have mounts to ride on, but I really wanted to focus on the aspects of the game that I found were its best parts. This game is such a massive game filled with so much to do and explore. It's really hard to talk about all of it in one video. I think if you're a fan of Harry Potter or a gamer, this game is 100% worth your time and is one of the best games that I've played this year. Anyways, guys, that's it for me today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. A lot of work goes into these videos, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this one. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and peace.